Ooh, fresh pavement. Let's do a 0 to
Hello,
60.
this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today we're doing our shaky cam interior review inside a 2017 Kia Niro. This is Kia's latest small crossover. It's also only available as a hybrid. There are no other powertrain options, and it's very similar to other Kia vehicles, especially on the interior. If you've seen some Kia hybrids, then you've likely seen a lot of the interior elements here. One of the most striking of which is the instrument cluster. If I can get it to focus a little better. There we go. And I just realized I left the climate on, so if you've heard a lot of background blowing noise, sorry about that. I just shut it off. So, looking at the Niro here, we have your pretty standard Kia door here with most of the controls you're used to seeing. This folds the mirrors back and forth here. This chooses which one you want to adjust, and windows, locks, etc. Up here you have some seat memory, and this is the touring package, so it has most every goodie available for this vehicle. Coming down here, you see the fuel, and then you see the reset for the 12-volt battery. Up here, you have dimmers and whatnot. Here's your blind spot management and traction control. Looking at the steering wheel, have the usual array of controls over here for the audio, infotainment, and phone. So audio here, infotainment here, and so forth. On this side, you have cruise control settings. So you have most of the usual controls here. I will note that the reset likes to set rather than reset quite often, but not every single time, which tells me it's some sort of glitch. It may just be specific to this particular one that I'm looking at. This over here, I should point out, actually controls that, not the main infotainment screen. So there you go. Now, looking at the instrument cluster again, a little bit of glare. It's kind of flat, and it's very hard to find a spot that does not glare, and the camera seems to not like this color, the white down here. So no matter what I've done, I end up with glare off of this. So we're just going to have to deal with it. That's the miles left on the current charge. Well, you know what I mean. Miles left on the current amount of fuel. There you go. State of the battery right there. Over here you have what you're using. So this shows how much power you're using, how much charge you might be creating, what mode you're in. Right now it's in EV mode because I'm not doing anything. I turned the climate off and everything, so the car has no reason to be running the engine right now. Over here is your gear. This is your drive mode. You can change that. I don't know why you would, but you can change that. There is a button for that. We'll probably see that shortly when we get over to the driving controls. Up here is your menus, so you can flip through these menus, so you can bring up like what's on the infotainment and entertainment and so forth, vehicle diagnostics, that kind of stuff. Over here is your speedometer. Pretty straightforward and obvious. And then, of course, the Eco Hybrid, which shows up all over the place on this vehicle, inside and out. On the steering wheel itself, you have, these are the wiper washers, so front here, back here. And then over here you have the, I did that backwards, back here, front here, and then you move it this way to actually make the front ones go. Yeah. Over here is the lighting. Pretty straightforward, lights on and off, automatic, blah, blah, blah. This is the infotainment screen. It is a good infotainment screen. I like Kia's system. It's pretty easy to use. It's very clear. You can see it pretty well, although the map there, again, just seems to be interfering just exactly the wrong wavelength or something for my camera lens. I don't know what's going on, but it's a very clear screen. I really like the way they have it set up here. I also like Sirius's new turbo channel, just, for the record. Push button start on this one. Here's your radio controls. I don't know if there's much that I need to explain about these. You have your Dukes lights in the middle. You can seek tracks and so forth here. This goes to the main UVO screen. This is for the map there. You can set up some nav. You can turn the voice off and on. So if the nav is already running, then that button will actually turn the voice off and on. Radio media, so you can stream off phone, device, whatever, and so forth. Connecting a phone to this is very easy. The quickest way to do it on a lot of vehicles, including this one, is to just hit the dial or hang up button. Usually I use the dial button. So you use the dial button, the screen will come up and say, hey, there's not a phone connected, and ask if you want one. You say yes, bam, connect the phone. Very easy. So those of you, FYI, I have had some people who have commented or contacted me and said, how do I hook my phone up to my Bluetooth on my new car? There you go, because I don't really explain that much when I do these videos. Over here is your climate controls. So this has dual climate, so you can set it here, 2 different temperatures, or you can sync them. Here's most of the buttons that are pretty self-explanatory. Don't think you need to know much. You can push that climate button. It brings climate up on that screen if you want to do it that way. And cool option, if you're by yourself in the car, hit that. Does the driver's side only and doesn't blow in the rest of the car. Doesn't need to, save some energy. Down here you have your plugs. Various, you can see what they are, various setups. Here's the shifter, gearing, park sensors. Down here, steering wheel heat. I have my bun coolers on. You have bun warmers and coolers. Drink holders here. Kind of a garbage bin, I guess. It's not really big enough for any phone I've ever seen. Center console here with waters that I forgot to take out of the car. I'll do that now so I don't forget. Pretty good size console. I kind of like it. It's useful for just tossing some things in there. Plus you have that extra charge plug. The interior itself is pretty nice. I like this faux leather. Feels good. It does collect some heat when you're in the sun, as does the black interior overall. But that's a Kia thing. Kia seems to really, really like these black interiors. I will say that these are good materials. It's hard plastic, but it's not noisy for some reason. This is not a noisy car. This is soft. This is hard. This is hard. But it's not loud, which is unusual. Usually with a hard plastic, you also get a lot of noise transference. So Kia figured something out there. They do the same in a lot of their other vehicles. They have this kind of material in, say, the Sorento, the Forte, etc. Most of them are fairly quiet vehicles despite that. So good with that. I like the interior. The spaciousness is good. This Niro has a really good cargo area. Very well done there. Back seats are good. You can get a couple of people in them as long as they're not terribly tall. And you can get kids in there easily. Would not recommend trying to get 3 kids across. This is a compact vehicle, but it is doable if you have to. So that's about what there is to know here in the Kia Niro. It's a 2017 model. This has been Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and I'll talk to you again soon.